to the point of dismissal of like reality.
I don't think that's what it is, though. I think people are trying to make it that.
No, that's at its true definition.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Like psychologically speaking, when someone is toxically positive, it is that they are positive to the point of delusion and they avoid reality. And then like you dismiss other people around you. Like someone's around you's having a hard time. You're so positive that you lack the empathy to like have a genuine conversation.
I think you're talking about like video games. Like people are like, no, that movie was great, and this is a terrible movie. Welcome to the HeadKanon podcast. Every Wednesday, we talk about entertainment news, such as video games and movies. You can find us on your favorite podcasting platforms, such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you like any of that, please give us a like and subscribe because it helps us out a lot. Hope you guys enjoy the show.
Hello.
I'm one of, damn, like,
Yeah.
We also got to do an introduction here. So, hey, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, Jordan. Also known as Crockett, Crockett Jordan, whatever you want to call me. Alongside of me is this beautiful young man right here.
Hello.
Say hello.
Brian,
hello.
Yeah.
All right, and along with me, this young stud, this young bull right here.
Handsome guy.
Handsome
The
young.
one and only.
One and only. My one and only.
Tay.
Tay Norman, everybody. Okay, enough
I
of
started
that.
this company.
I started this company.
I started this company.
You can't do this, me. Dude, I love that's some that's
Yeah, I
some
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard it.
what? I'm lost.
Yeah, I heard
That
it.
just had the wettest, most disgusting,
Oh, God.
smacking gum sound. Just,
Yeah, I heard it.
One thing you don't want to do on a podcast is probably chew gum.
You know that video that lady
Stop.
lady click on the
Oh, the
click on
fucking
computer.
type. She got them big ass nails. Like,
She's got big horn rim glasses.
HeadKanons.
Oh, God, that destroyed me.
anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, I started this. You know, that is the perfect casting because there's no other human on this planet Earth that looks like more like a goblin than William Dafoe.
Yeah, that's true.
If you
Like,
it's
they're
not
like-
an insult either. It's
They're like, it writes itself. That's not a dig on William Dafoe. William Dafoe probably is my favorite actor.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe is one of the goods. I'm not gonna spend too much time into it because I want to get into like the rest of the show. But like, Spider-Man is the perfect Thanksgiving movie.
It is, and let's talk about Thanksgiving real quick because I have gained 5 fucking pounds.
You had a shit ton of food,
Dude,
You had an
I
enormous
literally
amount
have
of food.
gained 5 pounds from just eating
That's
leftovers for like the last 4 days.
And I gotta be honest with you, man. That apple pie, the whole food was delicious.
That apple pie was
the
good.
whole meal was delicious. You cooked some good shit.
Yeah.
Turkey was good. Mac and cheese was good. The stuffing was fire. Gravy was great. That fucking apple pie. was
That
a good
apple pie.
I know I usually don't really praise mashed potatoes, but
Yeah, the mashed potatoes are fucking good. Dude.
It was good. It was all good. It's all bad for you though. It's all bad. Like I went back to the gym today and I'm just like,
a lot of starch.
I got to crush my body. I have to run, lift, jump,
Nah, you'll be
swim, whatever I need to do to burn all this weight off.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Miserable. I have
Turkey is
felt
fine.
miserable.
It's easy to digest.
That's true.
What's that?
Turkey.
It was a lot. It was actually a lot of.
You still got more left?
I threw it away. We were like, we couldn't handle it anymore. We just tossed it, threw it in the trash.
Should make some like sandwiches for lunch or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta
You
blame.
just ate so much.
I'm just gonna blame
fucking
Florisol and say that like she's just too good of a cook.
turkey. Yeah.
Like that was the only reason why I ate so much of it in the first place.
It was
But
good.
like,
It was good. She killed it. Thank you, Bloody Son.
yeah, thank you.
Friendsgiving was good. That's why we were off last week. We were celebrating the holidays.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Friendsgiving was last week, yeah.
It was.
Yes,
Huh.
but you know what was this week?
What?
Godzilla.
Gojira.
You
That's
sure?
right, everybody. Godzilla
sure.
Minus One came out this
I'm
week.
not sure.
We saw it last
Yeah.
night,
How was it?
dude. Well, first off,
That was 2 weeks ago.
what was it?
Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving? Yeah, who
Friendsgiving?
gives a shit? Time's a lie anyway.
Yeah.
Well, according to this podcast. Anyway, yeah. So we saw. Well, Tay already saw it. You
I
saw it
saw
the
it,
first night that it
first
came
night.
out, like the 20.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't
29th.
get the
29th.
ticket? Was it like the...
No, we're stupid, and literally me and Tay thought it was the same week as Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
thought the
that's
third,
funny.
because like
Thanksgiving's
you want to
always the last
explain what
Thursday,
happened?
right?
It's always the third Thursday.
I thought it was always the last.
Yeah, me
Thursday.
too. I learned that this year too.
Me too. So
I feel like that's a Mandela thing.
yeah,
feel-
yeah, it is. That's why I was really confident.
I
Like,
thought
yeah.
I just assumed you got it mixed up with Easter,
I didn't
because
know-
Easter's always the last Sunday.
Listen, we gotta set a date, all right? Pick a day. This third, fourth
Yeah.
week of the bowl.
I think they
Fuck
changed
you.
it this year because
Yeah.
I think it is a Mandela effect. Because I could have sworn it's always the last Thursday of the month.
Who knows?
It's like, what is the stupid
The
Berenstein?
Berenstein Bears.
It was
What
Bears.
is it?
It was Berenstein Bears. It was never Berenstain Bears. What the fuck they call it?
That's just a
nowadays.
pronunciation thing.
No,
Berenstein
it's
and
spelled
Berenstein?
differently.
Really? No.
Yeah, it's
Let
like
me-
stain, like literally stain.
Nah.
It was
Have
an
we
E
ever
in it.
thought
What about
that maybe
Sting?
a publisher fucked up somewhere?
Like-
And there was like a one batch of books?
There's like
GIF?
6 towns where they got the wrong
Like
name.
GIF is GIF.
That's
That's a pronunciation thing. That's
Yeah.
not a Mandela
But
effect.
then what's funny about that story?
What?
Everyone's telling him he's wrong,
And he made it. Yeah.
but he's right. He the one that made it.
Nah, fuck
But
him.
That's
everyone
like when
else-
the fans like become like no, this is our thing now. Like
It's funny because he sent me a video of Willem Dafoe,
Yeah.
and his name's like Willem Dafoe.
His name is Willem Dafoe.
I'm like, that's wrong.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe.
that video that you sent us
Yeah.
with the like where they were all pronouncing the names wrong.
Yeah.
That was a joke, right?
No,
That's not real.
That's
I'm
exactly
calling
That's
Willem
not
Dafoe
real.
out. That is not your name.
Well, that's how you say
Dafoe.
his name, William Dafoe.
William Dafoe. So his name is Willem Dafoe.
Dafoe, yeah.
Dafoe, like Dayfoe. That's how you pronounce it. But when he got into the industry, people said Willem Dafoe, and it just stuck, and he just kept it because that's how people recognized him. So instead of like fighting it for brand recognition, he just kept it.
You know he has a brother, William Dufresne.
Fuck you.
It's such
Don't
such
laugh
a
at
low hanging joke.
Sorry, it got me. All right. I'm a sucker for shitty humor.
I love those like videos where it's like William Dafoe and William Dufresne walks in.
Anyway, how's Goji?
What the fuck is a cornucopia anyway?
Don't fucking worry about it.
What is
How was
that?
Goji?
It makes threads.
Goji?
Yeah, how's Gojira? Gojira.
Gojira. So if the best way to sum it up is if you cut all Godzilla scenes out of that movie, that would just be award-winning movie.
Really?
It was like I think they just had a good movie in there, and they're like,
You gotta make it Godzilla somehow.
they're like let's just like add some Godzilla in there. I shit you not, this is like amazing film. Like
I-
genuinely,
I want to go watch it now.
probably like since 1954, that's probably the best story arc we have
That's
seen.
crazy.
well, I'll say best human characters written in the series.
Oh
Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh,
What about who's he fighting? Who's Goji?
No,
Because
he's
he looks
fighting.
fucking pissed.
It's like the original. He just
just
fucked
pissed.
it
Yeah.
up.
yeah.
Can we talk about what? Can we talk about the beginning?
Yeah.
What about?
Yeah, why not?
The very beginning, the island,
spoilers.
Oda Island.
Yeah, spoilers. What about?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's not really like a spoiler, but there's like he just has a dinosaur form.
Yeah.
He was a dinosaur,
He's Godzilla, yeah. Wasn't he like an irradiated ancient dinosaur or some shit?
Yeah.
but they actually showed the dinosaur. And
It's not the first time they
He
did
just
that.
looked like a T-Rex. Yeah, I know it's not the first time, but it's like people don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He also has the texture of like a rock. It's like a big moving rock.
Dude, Godzilla just looks like a big angry cat. I love him so much.
The first scene, like, it's like a horror movie.
That's the shit that I love.
Yeah.
Like you tweeted something like Shin Godzilla. People think that Shin Godzilla's are like more
I never
scary.
understood this.
I never understood that either. It's just because he like mutates and is like gory for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, he looks freaky. And
Yeah.
That's something I get about
But
it.
it's not a horror movie by any
No.
means.
Freaky ass.
Yeah, he looks. He's just aesthetically freaky.
Yeah.
And like he
But I feel like this Godzilla, like I watched the trailer for this movie and Godzilla's fucking pissed.
I'll compare it to like Shin Godzilla is like a natural disaster,
Yeah.
like a tornado. It has no emotion, whatever. Just this thing that exists.
Yeah.
You can't stop it. Minus One Godzilla is like a lion or a bear. It has intelligence. It's gonna
Yeah.
fucking kill you.
It's personal now.
So
he's coming for
yeah,
you.
that's what it feels like.
More like kind of like a wild animal.
Wild animal, and it feels like the movie feels realistic,
That's awesome.
like how to handle things. And I noticed like the movie doesn't. Usually in past Godzilla stories, they use like a nuclear allegory
Mm-hmm.
for Godzilla. They don't do that here.
Yeah, I feel like it's long. It's
Totally,
overdue.
like everything that we had guessed for it, totally not
That's
not
fine.
correct. Yeah.
You're just not.
So, is this a Japanese film?
yeah,
Yes.
the original company that made the Godzilla movies.
So
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So since the last time, since
Shin Godzilla.
2016, this is the first like Japanese Godzilla.
Dude, the Japanese know how to make a fucking movie, don't they?
Yeah, and it's like killing records. You know,
Yeah,
it's doing
it's
a really
a
good job.
great. I haven't seen it obviously, but everything that I look from the trailers and like just like the words, like the things that people are saying online. it's, like,
Sitting at a
great.
97% on Rotten Tomatoes right now too.
That's awesome.
Opened up with 2 million domestically
That's pretty good.
in U.S.
Yeah, they market it differently. Like it just feel like it's weird saying like a foreign film with all these like ads and shit, ads and all that shit. They treat it like it's a movie over here.
Yeah, if you
that's
take
why,
it-
that's why I thought it was like an American production.
Just seeing how it's being treated differently from Shin Godzilla when Shin Godzilla came out to this is just like night and day. You can see how much like Godzilla has grown since 2014.
Yeah.
Shin kind of came and went in terms of theaters. How long is this gonna be in theaters?
This is like there's like our normal runtime, like a couple weeks probably.
Yeah, probably be there like 2 to 3 weeks.
Playing in IMAX, like.
All I can tell you, it's a good movie.
Dude, did you,
Let me.
sorry, before we continue, can you guess the budget for the
15
Godzilla
million.
movie? Oh, you fucking knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dick. It already made 25 mil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it already made its budget back.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Funny story. So I thought I got IMAX tickets to see this movie because it was playing in IMAX. So we get to the theater last night. Usually when you get an IMAX, like the theater that we go to, Stonecrest, you go right because all the right side is the.
Is there a reason you go to that one?
Yeah, it's because it's an IMAX theater.
There's a plenty of IMAX theaters around. That's closer.
Yeah, but a lot of them are AMC fuck AMC.
Nothing wrong with AMC.
Fuck AMC. That place sucks.
That's why I go to the most. I gotta try 15 minutes to get watching Godzilla movie. Oh, wait, you always be Stonecrest. I never understood the reason why.
Oh, Stonecrest is the closest IMAX to me.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no one in
I also
Carolina
like
place?
some. No.
They got a nice bar.
There's one by Carolina Place.
Yeah.
But Carolina
Second
Place
Charles.
always doesn't play certain movies either.
That's true, though.
Stonecrest is where we saw Shin Godzilla at.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Really?
yeah. Surprisingly, yeah.
Oh.
Did I see Shin Godzilla with you guys?
No.
No, this is
It
way
was
back.
way back, right? Yeah. Anyway.
So we get to the theater. Also, by the way, there was a damn fashion show going on because a Beyonce movie is playing.
Oh yeah, that's
And it was like
What a
that was
combo.
like so you get like you ever seen like like for a Marvel movie you see people dressing up like for like a Godzilla movie everyone's wearing that t-shirt.
yeah.
The Beyonce movie people are just like in like high tier fashion like these sparkly dresses like long coats like pea coats like top of the line like, people had Gucci shit on like it was crazy.
That's
It
wild.
looked like a literal fashion show.
Culture is wild.
Yeah.
But these people are dressing out for this
Yeah.
fucking. And I was kind of curious. I'm like, damn, what was the Taylor Swift movie look like?
That movie looked insane.
But
It was like Barbie, but with screaming woman.
Barbie also was also like
Yeah.
people are dressing up, but
But
like
it's
we're-
different, though. Barbie's like for the fun of it, like for
Yeah.
Marvel.
Right.
Barbie was like a meme. People were like having a good
This
time.
was like, you going to like a red carpet.
exactly. It was like it was. I'm like,
I didn't know what was happening.
because
till
I'm
you told
like,
me.
how do you dress for something like that?
And all
Anyway.
you're doing is sitting down.
Well, I mean, like obviously they're gonna be taking pictures and doing all that
They
stuff.
probably there's a number of TikTok videos in that place.
Yeah.
For sure, but that was insane. Was just seeing all the. I was like, "What is happening?" I was like, "What's all these high end class people pulling up in Ferraris and shit, like stretch limos?" I'm like, "What's happening?" I was like, "Oh, it's a Beyonce movie."
Beehive.
Anyway, so we go left, and all the IMAX theaters on the right, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this can't be right." Get down there. I look at the. We walk past the 4DX thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm like, "Oh, Godzilla's playing in that," and then I kept looking, and I looked down at my ticket. I'm like, "Fuck,
You
it
got a
is."
4DX?
We got a 4DX
This is
movie.
my first
that
40
better?
X's. Nah.
No. What is a 4DX? Is
No,
it
the
like-
movie itself, the visual is fine.
Yeah.
But it's just more so like, I didn't know, this is my first time experiencing it. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm at fucking Universal Studios.
Yeah, I feel like it's way too much, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's
to
like
me it
way
was.
too
So
loud. and-
it's the seats move up and down.
Okay.
They shake back and forth. Smoke. There's smoke effects.
Okay.
There's air
Sprinklers
effects.
and
Water effects. If you get up in the middle of this shit, you're falling down. Like you're getting thrown out of your seat. It is the most sane shit. There's no seatbelts or anything.
By instinct, even though I had a lid on my cup, I kept on.
Yeah. I told as we sat down. I looked at Tay. I was like, "You better hold on to that fucking popcorn, dude, because
Yeah.
you're gonna lose it." For
Yeah, it was by instinct. My cup was fine, but I kept on.
There was shit where you're going like that. Like it was like throwing and then flashing lights too. Like
God,
he
Jesus
give you a
Christ.
seat.
I'm too autistic
He
for
been
this.
the worst movie for
Yeah.
that. Because literally every stomp. God,
No,
man.
you can't. All right, for that though.
Godzilla's just
Wait,
walking
no,
together,
just-
trying to eat popcorn, fucking can't control
But like
the fucking-
for the steps though,
Yeah.
that was spot on. You
Yeah.
could actually when he was stepping, you went, and you're like, "Oh shit, oh shit."
But then, like, they pushed the
But-
character down. It did the fucking shit.
No,
like,
but we
come
were-
on. Was it even needed? Did you hear me say that?
There
I
was
like,
there was
that
some points
needed?
where we were there was like a scene where they're just talking and our seats started just rising back like this. I'm like, that's a little unnecessary.
Yeah.
There was parts where we were just sitting still
yeah.
because this movie is very serious and it's a very realistic movie.
Yeah.
But like the boat scenes were cool because you're kind of just like
Yeah,
like
like a
slowly
warm
going
ride
up and
for it.
down a little bit. But when they hit that fucking nuke scene,
Yeah.
dude.
That earthquake.
Brian, we're not kidding. We're not kidding. We're just like this. It was like this.
You felt the Godzilla nuke, dude.
Dude, you saw those characters on screen flying away. You're flying away.
I can't imagine Oppenheimer. And
I almost want.
It's probably the only time he does it.
Probably like you saw Oppenheimer in 40. Well, there's probably a reason why they didn't, because they would have to vaporize.
Nolan would fucking hate that shit. Like,
yeah, he would. He absolutely would. God, that's hilarious. You're just fucking having a stroke in your seat.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was like an experience.
Yeah.
But like.
No, I was gonna call while we prepare for myself.
But like, it was a shock to all of it. It would have been way funner though if we'd have dressed up like we're in like the 40s or something. It would have been really fun to do like a cosplay in that, because you're like, ah! I got like a fucking oar and a boat, and you got like a rabbit, like, ah! That would have been fun as hell. But like, yeah, 40X. That was not. I don't think they really play serious movies in that.
No.
Yeah,
And I really need to go back. I should go back and watch it again, but just regular IMAX.
I heard Top Gun was fantastic for it.
Yeah, Top Gun feels like it would be a good movie for that.
Yeah.
A lot of probably like
And like I heard snow comes down or some shit.
snow. Damn, what up?
It's
When they
fucking
pull out a
asbestos.
ride left,
It
like
feels
an
like a-
actual gun,
like
it
a
shoots a
universal-
paintball gun, like
It's like a universal like
Yeah,
ride
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think I'm too autistic for that. I think it would stress me out.
No, I don't.
I think it's too much sensory going on.
It's more so. I
If
go
you
to the,
slurp that cop any louder than you're slurping
coffee.
on that fucking
Oh,
cop.
this coffee.
this is
He didn't get that.
this podcast is chaos, dude. He's chewing gum, I'm slurping.
Oh, this coffee.
Yeah,
What is it?
it's
What kind of coffee is it?
it's Krispy Kreme donut coffee.
Oh, Krispy Kreme
with-
donut slaps.
And
the coffee
I
slaps.
put a Bella
Ooh, that does sound
hot
good.
chocolate in it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I go to the movies to watch a movie.
Yeah, same.
I don't. If I'm going to do that experience, I'm at Universal Studios somewhere.
I genuinely the two
When was
times
that-
the two times that I have done this, they've been on mistake. I thought I was buying IMAX tickets.
Yeah, 'cause like, how much did you pay for these? Because
They're like regular IMAX
regular
tickets. Yeah,
tickets.
so there's
like
no
20
price
bucks, yeah.
difference. Yeah, so I'm like I just assume I'm getting IMAX.
yeah, but it didn't ruin the movie at all. Granted, I did watch it prior, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of knew it was going. on.
I feel like it didn't ruin the movie
didn't
for
ruin
me.
it for
It was just. I did notice though I did feel bad because when you start coughing, because there was a lot of fucking smoke. I mean, a lot of goddamn smoke was getting pumped inside the theater, where it was like you could see like the projector, you could see
So
the
you feel-
light from the projector,
You
like
you feel bad.
yeah, because you're like you're like cough. I was like, oh shit, because I'm like at first I got like.
coffee in there.
I thought you were getting like choked on something, and I'm like, he's not been eating anything. I'm like, he's literally getting choked on the smoke.
That's so
Funny as
funny.
fuck. Yeah, it is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I did.
man.
I did get a slow clap to go though. At
Oh,
the end of it,
He
yeah.
was the guy.
I was.
He's the main character. We
That was
saw a
fun.
guy recording, literally, taking pictures like this every time Godzilla gets on
Dude,
screen.
Just wait.
He had-
DVD, bro.
He had like, but no, he was like just taking photos. He was just like enjoy. He was like, I gotta save this shit. He's like, I know he gotta post that on his Facebook or
Yeah,
something.
it's Facebook.
The funniest thing is he was an old man.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I love about going and seeing a Godzilla film in theaters. You see just the widest array of
Yeah,
age
it's
ranges.
diverse as hell. You know.
He had been like. He probably had
Like
been
50s.
55 or something. He had gray hair.
Oh, yeah.
And when the music was coming on, because they always use the same music from like the 40s, he knew it. Like he was like singing along to the
Oh, they
music.
do? Fuck yeah.
I was like, damn, dude.
That
Like,
guy's been a fan for life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
people to see these type of movies are like the hardcore fans.
Yeah, I want to go see it. I really enjoyed every Godzilla movie that I've seen has been really good.
I think I know this sounds pretentious as fuck, but it feels like a movie.
Listen, I agree, which is part of like the main topic is going to be like a similar idea, but for games. But like movies stopped feeling like movies about 3 or 4 years ago. Like people just stopped making a movie.
Yeah.
And like now we got Oppenheimer back, we got Barbie back.
That's probably why I love Oppenheimer so much. Like,
Yeah. It just movies are starting to feel like movies
no,
again.
they're
We got
not cop outs.
Yeah, we got Killers of the Flower Moon. They look different. That's
you
a
watch it?
Scorsese film. No, not yet. It's
It's
on my list.
long as hell, dude.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Oh,
At
that's
home.
the indigenous.
the indigenous
Yeah,
people.
I want to watch that actually.
So like, movies are starting to feel like movies again, which is why I've been thinking about this a lot. Which is why I was like really excited when you guys said like Gojira or -1 Godzilla feels like
They took it seriously.
yeah. They take themselves seriously. They take the universe seriously. They take the rules of the world seriously. Like the narrative impact is there. It's fucking awesome.
Like Godzilla doesn't throw you out the loop that it still feels grounded and real.
yeah.
They just
love
had
it.
like I think they had a really good story to tell, and then they just put Godzilla in it. I would genuinely think that's what happened. I
that's
think
how
they
you
had a
make-
good script.
Excuse me. That's
And
how
they-
you make good movies, though.
Yeah.
Like every good superhero movie has just been a good movie that has a superhero in it.
Logan.
Like
Civil
Logan is
War.
a prime example.
Not
Yeah.
Civil War, but Winter Soldier, man.
Winter Soldier, Winter
Iron
Soldier
Man.
was the closest
Like
one.
something that just has a core concept for a character arc,
Yeah.
and it just happens in a type of setting. Because it honestly, like, I felt like this is like almost like it almost I'd feel far fetched to say that like this almost feels like not like a Godzilla film, it's just like a good film, and then it's a good film first and a Godzilla film second.
Yeah.
If that would make sense.
Kinda, and it's not an insult either.
It's not an insult.
No,
it's still an amazing movie. It's just it's that good of a movie with that strong of a character arc and a message to tell for that character.
But the reason why we often think of that as like an insult to the movie, like it's a good movie first and then a Godzilla movie, is because we've been kind of used to things being a
Sorry, I just realized it. I just caught myself.
things being a superhero movie and then being a movie. Like any Avenger movie post, I think Endgame felt like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we're just here to see superheroes and they just happen to be in a movie, rather than like them making a movie that is about superheroes and those characters.
What do they call it? Popcorn films?
Yeah, it's
Popcorn
beyond
watching.
popcorn film, because popcorn films for me are like School of
Transformers.
Rock,
Oh, really?
fucking like rom-coms, like any movie made from like the early 2000s to like
Employee of the Month.
2010. Employee of the Month. That to me is like a popcorn movie.
So, like, when you said that, like...
Tron Legacy.
That's not a popcorn movie. Yeah. That's a sit-down Saturday afternoon just watching movies.
Come back and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Even like John Wick is a great film, but I would describe John Wick as a popcorn movie.
Yeah, it's popcorn.
Because
Fast and Furious, Transformers.
Fast and Furious, yeah, because there's nothing, you don't have to pay a significant amount of attention. You're just there watching a movie.
Granted, while I like some of these Marvel shit, too much of that zaniness or whatever you want to call it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
That's why I probably love that's why I like Oppenheimer so much. Like, God,
Yeah.
I like watching normal movies sometimes.
It feels
it's too
good.
much candy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It feels good to have a director that respects the audience and they go like, you know what, they'll get it. And then just like say a line of dialogue and like not over-explain the joke.
Well, sometimes it could be also like a double-edged sword though, like because in Oppenheimer you couldn't just watch that in your living room with your family walking by. That's definitely a movie you got to pay attention to. If it's your first viewing, you got to be like sit there quietly with like, no interactions.
Yeah, people don't respect movies like that a lot anymore. Like it's a form of entertainment that for some reason has been slightly disrespected in culture.
Well, I'm watching a movie. I'm in the movie.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
This is my moment. I'm watching this. Not on my screen at all.
Yeah.
Some people can't help that. Everybody's attention
I have
spans
to
are
like
fucked.
I have to like throw my phone in the bedroom and then like go watch the movie elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because I
You
just
gotta
get a lot
lock
of
in.
I just get a lot of notifications on my phone and it's always pulling me in.
That's why I turn on subtitles too. I can't watch anything without subtitles.
Yeah, me too. But I'm glad that Godzilla was good. I'm glad that it was a good movie.
Also, just like a little sub note here, like the Monarch show, great too.
I didn't watch the new episode yet. We'll see.
I haven't watched it either. I haven't watched it. Try to watch it tonight.
I'll probably cut this out, but like you guys gotta get on that fucking show. I'll cut it for you guys.
How many episodes is that?
The Titan cast.
Do you think we're too far?
I don't know.
No, you can release it. You can drop it. You can do a mini series. We'll talk about it, but I want to cut that for you guys. It'll be good. You guys got good insight.
I recommend Godzilla, both the show and the fucking movie.
Yeah.
But go support Minus One. We need more of that shit.
What
over
is
here.
Monarch? Does Monarch feature the monsters, or is it like the story about the aftermath of Godzilla?
It's a
What is
little bit of-
Monarch?
it's a
It's
little bit of
the in between from 2014 to
2019
like
movie.
King of the Monsters.
Gotcha.
I would say the biggest gripe with the show, it would turn some people off, is probably the time jumping.
Yeah.
They're probably confusing some people.
It's like it's asynchronous.
Yeah, it goes
It's like from 50s,
to modern time.
like the beginning of Monarch, the people who started Monarch, and then to like present day.
present day was just like 2015.
Which is also, why it's so good is because it has strong characters,
Yeah.
interesting characters.
Isn't that crazy? If you just write a good character, movie falls into place.
And a lot of people don't understand this is like
Yeah.
Godzilla films have never been about Godzilla. It's always about
They have,
it's been
but-
about the characters.
Yeah, the campier ones have been about Godzilla, but Godzilla has always been a metaphor for something.
So like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is more like the human characters.
Yeah.
1954 is human characters. But like you said, usually the good movies or the serious movies are all about the humans, how we fucking react to that.
Yeah.
Well, the Campions one is about Godzilla beating the shit out of the other monster.
Right, which is fun in its own right.
Yeah.
We watched. I don't think you were there in the Discord, but me, Fred, and my girlfriend Libby watched the Godzilla movie, the 1970s Godzilla movie, where he does the sliding
Oh,
tail
Godzilla
attack.
Megalon.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking great.
It's fun. And
But
that's a good thing
it's
about
a
the
horrible
series.
movie, but it was
Yeah.
great.
That's the thing.
That dude with the shitty like the 70s like porn stars. They got this random white guy and he's got the
he's the one
shitty
that summoned
tattoos.
Megalon. Like Megalon.
He's like the under the earth people. He's like, where do you get that? Where do they
It's
get
like, where's the
tattoos around the
color?
He had
under?
like fucking hair on his chest. And shit.
Such a good movie, dude. I had that on I wore
That's my
that out on
childhood.
VHS.
It was a phenomenally horrible
That
movie.
stupid boat. I love.
That roller
I
boat.
can't on those stupid boat.
That's one of the earliest movies I ever watched.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
Great film.
Yeah.
Them guys break into that guy's house.
You hit the cheesy Santa face.
Dude, it's like that movie's inseared into my head.
He's got a gun, but he uses it to punch them.
Yeah.
Then we watched Shin Ultraman. Not Shin Ultraman. The
Shin Kamen Rider.
No. We watched that one, but it was the Ultraman that has an evil Ultraman.
Shin Ultraman, right?
No.
No, I know you're talking about.
It's
but I
it's
can't
like
name
it's
it.
got like every Ultraman in the franchise,
Yeah.
and they like get together
know
and
you-
fight a bad Ultraman. an
I
evil
love-
Ultraman. It was really good.
The Ultraman manga, Shin Ultraman.
Yeah.
But I have not watched any Ultraman shows or anything like that.
Fred will put you on.
Ultraman
Fred-
is like Power Rangers. You can just watch any one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like I'm more of a Jet Jagger guy myself, actually.
Jet Jack. That's funny.
I'm a
just learned what
zone
that was.
fighter. No one's gonna get that reference.
I don't know
Fred
what
will
that
get that
is at all.
reference though. He's on the code in the Discord. I'm deep in the lore.
That's
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
but yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm probably gonna go see Goji pretty soon.
Yeah.
Please do. Yeah, absolutely. Go see an IMAX.
I haven't-
Don't
I
see in
haven't-
4DX.
Yeah, I haven't seen a good movie since. I haven't watched a good movie since Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I'm Barbie. Like I know that good movies have come out, but I haven't seen a good movie.
Yeah,
since
every
then.
year I make a list of.
No, wait. I saw The Creator. The Creator was fucking.
Oh, I need to see that.
it's
I
a
like
good
the.
movie. Good
Every
movie.
year I make a list of movies I watch. And I'll
Me
watch
too. Me and Libby keep track of them. But
Oh, I need to go see Napoleon. I gotta
Oh,
show
yeah,
out for my
yeah.
Short King. I gotta see that for. I thought it was gonna come to Apple really quickly.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out until next
Yeah, you
year.
blew my money yesterday. I thought it was coming out.
I thought it came out simultaneously. So HBO has tricked me thinking that like they do simultaneous releases still.
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
it depends on the movie.
Yeah, I forgot Ninja Turtles came out this year. You guys watched that?
The animated one.
That's a fun
I
movie.
haven't. I haven't seen it. Seth Rogen was in it, right? Or he?
Yeah, he
produced
played
it, or
beatbox.
produced it, right?
Beatbox.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
does play
did
that
something. He
character
was
too.
involved.
Yeah, I forgot I watched that this year.
Yeah.
And Mario.
Mario was fun. I like Mario.
Moving on.
Yeah. let's do it.
But before we
talking
move on
about
to the main topic, we got a date for GTA 6. The new trailer coming
The trailer
out
for GTA 6 comes out on
December.
the day before
For
this podcast comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
December.
Comes out
the
next
5th.
Tuesday. Or this Tuesday.
it comes out after.
No,
This
December
podcast comes
5th.
out Wednesday.
Yeah.
Comes
Yeah,
out
next-
the day before.
Next Tuesday is the 5th.
The day after tomorrow.
What are you? What day do you think it is?
It comes out Tuesday.
What day do you think it is? Today.
Today is Friday,
Friday the what?
The first.
30th. No, first. Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday's the 5th. So it comes out the day before this podcast comes out.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm hyped for.
That's not what you said. Whatever.
I'm hyped for this. Everything surrounding the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to see the people reactions and.
I'm really
I'm ready to see the
uninterested.
numbers.
I'm very curious to see what the reaction is going to be. for
Yeah,
this.
I'm ready to see the numbers. This game's gonna be like the biggest.
The numbers
solo
going to
game
be
of all
crazy,
time.
but like it's the most anticipated game probably.
Something tells me there's gonna be a PS4, Xbox One game.
So help me God, they better not. I mean, I could
I don't
see them
think they
being
can.
greedy about it,
I
but
don't think they
holy
can.
shit.
It's such
They
a,
can. They
I-
absolutely can.
it's
No,
such
no,
an
I
huge
agree.
stall base for PS4.
I just think the engine is like too
We don't know nothing.
much now. Because I thought that they were building it on a slightly updated engine.
I don't know. I know nothing about it.
Me
so-
neither. Here's the thing that's going to be annoying about GTA 6. It's like they're going to announce a trailer. We all know that it's a playable female character now. So like there's going to be like
There's already thumbnails about it already.
yeah, I guarantee it. It's going to be some white dude with a beard and shitty hair.
Disney ruined GTA.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wokeness ruins GTA. And then like we're going to get like 6,000 hours of videos about that. And then like half the reaction is going to be like, yeah, it looks good. And then the other ones are going to be people screaming at their monitors.
I have no expectation. I'm expecting more GTA.
That's
what can
what
you
it is.
do?
That's what it is.
I don't know.
You can't do a whole lot with GTA, can you?
If I was like 15, I'd be hyped. But now I'm like, I see it first.
I'm interested in the story because I think that Rockstar has always had really solid like stories. Like the GTA 5 story was phenomenal. GTA 4 was good. Red Dead was great. Red Dead 2 was awesome. So like I'm interested in the story.
I heard she's like a
GTA
single
6.
mother or something.
You like GTA 5 story?
I love GTA.
I don't really. I can't even remember it.
None of them never been good to me.
Yeah.
Nico's story was GTA 4 is okay. I like GTA 4, but it didn't. It felt like it went too long at the
Gay
end.
Tony lost in the
Battle Day Gay Tony was good. That was a good story. It was
Oh.
nice and like small, but I don't know. Like I feel like
It's a
sometimes they
expansion
kind of
pack.
drag them out a little bit.
It's just it's a side effect of the type of gameplay it is, like the mission focused gameplay.
It's always been about
Yeah.
just driving around the city, shooting cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's a pastime
that
game.
is yeah, that is where it thrives. Is just fucking off and just playing around the city, killing hookers.
Wonder how a GTA game would be if they took like the PlayStation Studios route. Like a legit, serious,
I think it would be
well-crafted
phenomenal.
story
I think if they did a Red Dead style
with the GTA craziness.
like
Yeah.
a Red Dead 2 style GTA story, it would be fucking intimate stories. Like, and I think they can do it because they did it with Red Dead 2.
Yeah. Cause GTA feel like parodies of action movies.
They got a lot to live up to for the bar Red Dead 2 set.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
people worry about Red Dead 2.
No,
They're
I
worrying about
think-
GTA 5 itself.
Because Red Dead 2 is such a different game
Yeah.
from GTA. Like, it's the same core gameplay.
But you're
loop.
saying like with the story from GTA or like that's what we're expecting though, right?
No, I don't think that people are expecting that. I think that's what I would like to see.
I did see somebody. I do know some people are expecting that level. They're like,
detail.
this is the bar. They better fucking surpass it.
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is like I think people are going to be really let down with this because I don't think they can deliver.
It's
past-
not those people you're talking about. Those are hardcore gamers you're talking about.
About
What are you
what?
talking
It's
about?
casual people don't know what they're expecting like unrealistic things. with
No,
this game.
it's
The guy I was
it's a
talking about
same-
is a huge fan of it.
Yes, I'm saying.
But I'm saying like there's people on Twitter that agree with that like they are setting it at a hot bar, and I just don't. Which granted, I don't really know that much about this, but I just feel like it's just not going to hit that mark. Now the 2K players, I think they don't give a shit. I don't think they don't know anything, and I don't think they expect anything. They just want to play something other than fucking basketball or
yeah, but not
soccer
that.
or
They have
whatever.
an expectation, but it's not. Their expectations are unrealistic.
I think
compared
it's
to
the people
hardcore
who's
game.
played GTA 5 for so freaking long. They're expecting to get their mind blown away.
Yeah.
But the people who are fans of Red Dead 2 and stuff, they're the ones that have set that bar where they're like, it has to do better than that.
See, that's I get really annoyed by that conversation, which is part of like what inspired this like topic about like the game industry now versus like what was interesting about the game industry like back in the day. It's just like back when the day like a game came out in 2002, 2005, 2007, a game just came out.
Yeah.
And like it was either good or bad. And then you played it and liked it or didn't like it. There was like none of this weird like pseudo intellectual criticism about like, oh, the game has to be like as good as Red Dead 2 because they fucking made Red Dead 2.
There were forums back in the day.
There were forums back in the day, but like that wasn't the noise surrounding a game, right? Like the noise surrounding a game was just like, hey, yeah, the game came out and it's pretty good, it's pretty bad, it's developed this way, like they did this.
I don't know, man. Like people like when Gears of War 2 came out, people are like, this sucks. It's not as good as
There's
Gears of
always
War
been
1,
the
or
reception.
it's like the same. Halo was like that too. Like the multiplayer sucks. Halo 2 sucks because it's not nowhere as good as the pistol. Where's the pistol at? Like
Before we go any further, what is this? What is this topic, Brian? Like, what are?
So I was playing Baldur's Gate the other day, and Baldur's Gate captivated me because it like taps into something that I feel like I haven't seen in a while in terms of like classic gaming. And it's just like a game just kind of like believes its own vision and then just like does it without worrying about what other people are saying or the noise about the industry. And it reminded me of when like Silent Hill 2 came out or like Kingdom Hearts came out or like the classic PS2, PS1 era of gaming. It's like when we were still figuring out what gaming like kind of was, like there was no expectation of like what the next title would be. You know, like IPs were still getting formed. There weren't big franchises. People were experimenting. Like when Silent Hill 1 came out, like there was no game that looked like a Silent Hill game. Absolutely none. And it revolutionized like the survival horror genre. That was like Alone in the Dark. That was like a pre-Silent Hill game and a pre-Resident Evil game. And then like that split into those two branches. But that happened because people were like experimenting with like what gaming was and like what they could do with the genre and like how they could interpret ideas.
when did Fatal Frame come out?
Fatal Frame was 2006. It was PS2. Look it up.
So that's what I miss. I miss. I think we're so ingrained to what the internet tells us.
Came
That
out
back in the day, like going to, and our time growing up, we used to go to video game rental stores.
2001.
So when you look at the video game cover, it caught your eye. That's the game you're playing.
Yeah, that's it.
And when you play it, it's something you don't go yourself to find.
Yeah.
It calls you.
You don't know what you're getting into, man.
Like that's how my experience from Ninja Gaiden series was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck this was. Then I played it like, oh my god, this one.
Back in the day when
you
you picked a game off based strictly.
That's how I
strictly
bought
off
Kingdom Hearts.
cover. Yeah.
I walked into GameStop and I saw this Twinkie anime boy on the cover with like Donald and Mickey Mouse, and I was like, I gotta know what the fuck that is. And I bought it.
And I don't get that no more.
No,
and I
sucks.
miss that feeling.
That's literally how I bought Halo 2.
Yeah.
I saw him with like the dual like submachine gun. I'm like, hell
Little
yeah.
did you know there was a big franchise ahead of it, right?
Right. Had
Yeah,
no
right,
idea.
right.
Not a clue. Well, because I wasn't, but I'm also like, it was at a disadvantage, was not on the internet, never heard of forums. Magazines at the grocery store was my information to
Same.
anything.
That's also how I got information. Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
People don't understand how good you guys have it nowadays. Like, you just went in blind back in the day.
It sounds good. It sounds good, but I think it's ruining the experience for everybody.
There's a cost to it.
I think that like people are actually way more sad about gaming and annoyed about gaming and maybe it's the louder people.
Because I kind of hate that conversation because people look so cynical about gaming nowadays, and I get there are reasons too. But games are objectively better than they were back then.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Like I've spent a collective maybe like 80 hours in Baldur's Gate 3. I played Alan Wake 2 for fucking 30 plus hours. Like I played Spider-Man 2. I just went back and I did all the side objectives. Games are objectively significantly better than they are.
We get like 5 amazing games every year.
Yeah, it's awesome. And that's not even talking about like the indie market. The indie market's got some fucking bangers.
But if you look at my gripe, everyone's gripe, they focus too much on this. Like,
Shit, what we had back in the day, Dorito Race Course.
Yeah,
That was it.
But we have like microtransactions, and we know it's a funny joke I used to make on YouTube too. Everyone used to do it. It's like cheat codes nowadays are DLC.
Yeah, they
Right?
They really are.
Like you don't see games do authentic cheat codes no more.
Yeah, because a lot of it is like, and that's kind of where I'm getting at. Like when Silent Hill 2 came out, right? Like we had the basis for Silent Hill, and I think Resident Evil 1 or 2 was already out. I think that was already a Resident Evil out on the franchise. But people are like, how do we make this game like compelling, right? And they picked this one guy, and they just gave him a little story about like going through this town trying to find his dead wife. And they made it scary, and they work within like the limitations of the tech to like make it scary within its own right. And like they were experimenting with like how to deliver the dialogue, how to deliver the sound, how to deliver the experience. And now it's just like hyper realism. You know everything about the game 2 weeks before the game comes out.
Gotta avoid spoilers.
You gotta avoid spoilers. You gotta stay off the internet because God forbid if you're excited for a game and then you get on Twitter and then you see everyone hating on the game that you're excited for. Now you're just angry and waiting for this game that you're really excited for kind of the whole time. And it's just like the experience just kind of sucks. You know, like
It's information overload.
It's way too much, and people have like way too much to say. And there's no filter over who gets to say it, by the way, which I think is like my least favorite part. Like back in the early 2000s when we were kids, if we wanted to learn what somebody was saying about a game, you had to go to IGN or you had to buy the fucking Game Informer magazine or reading it in GameStop while your mom was like shopping at Marshall's and you were like fucking scrubbing through it to find the interesting thing about the game. People were paid to be critical with the information.
Dude, X-Play.
Yeah, it was great.
X-Play episodes.
G4
TV.
Dude,
and it was never like a game that was like, it was like maybe they're airing like something. It were reruns. It could have been a rerun of an episode.
You watch it because it's video
Golf a Hunter. I was like, damn, I'm not going to get that game because it got a 1 star. But
damn, I missed that time just looking at game magazines.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation magazine, I used to get some of those. When my mom used to go to Food Line, I used to just read.
Yeah, but it kind of sucked though because like there's a give and take with that. Is like it's more like nostalgic just because like it was so random and wild and free. But also like you had no idea what the fuck you were buying. You had a limited amount of money.
But that's the fun.
So
part
you had
it.
no like there also no free to play games back then. You got a demo disc was crazy back in the day. You're like I get to play 10 minutes for free.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. It was great.
But like you you had no information about what you're buying into, and you only got one game like a year or something.
But that's the exciting part about it. Though.
Which is
But
that's
if you
it.
got
Like,
a
I like
shitty
that
game
experience.
that was like
Then
the
you
worst.
You bit the bullet, man. You took the risk. You went to Blockbuster. You rented out a shite game. You brought it back in 2 days, and your mom says there's no more games until
Dude, I
next
remember
month.
back in the day, me and my brother was renting like Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah, dude.
We were renting cartridges.
Yeah,
Dude, every fucking Friday, play Chinese food and fucking some rental game.
that's what we were. We used
Dude.
to go to the cinema, which is why I love movies. We used to go to the theater. We would watch a movie, go to Longhorn, and then go to Blockbuster.
It used to be like $1 or $2 for a game. for
Phenomenal.
3 days.
Phenomenal.
That's what most of my
Yeah.
That's what some of my collection
Did you
came
guys
from.
hear me? I farted.
You did?
I cough and fart at the
I
same
didn't hear
time. Dude, I was getting the basement and the attic out of the way.
That's what most of my gaming experience come from, the rental things.
Yeah.
My
like,
diversity games came from.
it was like it used to be like a huge low risk like way of like trying out a new title. Like
You guys remember GameFly?
I never used it.
I still have a gameplay subscription.
I used someone else's account, but that's how I beat Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, good game. I think the 360 was like the last.
It died around that time.
It died around that time. Like this feeling of like I remember the last game that I bought randomly was called El Shaddai, and it was just you've probably seen it around. Look it up, and it's a weird game about an angel that gets cast down from heaven and is trying to make his way back to heaven. And it's a weird title, makes no fucking
It's
sense.
like God of War-ish, kind of.
It's like it's like an art house God of War. It's like really weird. And it fucking slapped. I loved every second of it. The aesthetic was so good. I just saw it at GameStop and I just went like,
I think the last time I had that experience.
It looks like Final Fantasy.
it was fucking great.
That's
it's
how I got
nothing like
into.
Final Fantasy.
Remember Hack? That's how I got. into
Yeah,
Hack
I just
series.
bought the collection. On
That's
Steam, like
another one of those titles that I just saw all the time. I had never had idea what it was. I always saw it on like people's like back on like people's Xbox 360 profiles where they'd always I would always see Hack and like their achievements.
It was a PS2 online game.
Oh, do you guys remember this game Eat Lead?
No,
This is like
you and I were in different categories.
Well, I would play
of
this like
gaming.
I played shit like this. Well, I didn't have this. I would play this at like a sleepover.
yeah,
Type of Heavenly Sword. Remember that fucking game?
yeah,
Yeah,
the with
Heavenly Sword.
The girl with the fucking.
the red hair lady
Yeah.
with the G string.
That was like a PS3 launch game.
Yeah.
Dude. I remember
crazy.
commercials for that game.
You remember a game
2007.
called Time Shift?
Yeah. The dude
Yeah.
with the gun on the. Yeah,
The
I
dude
remember
with
the
on
cover. For it,
He was
yeah.
like he used fighting time.
That was actually a really good game.
It was a
wasn't
great game.
It was like you could pause time and then
Yeah.
there was like puzzles like that.
It was fucking
This
awesome.
looks like a God of War ripoff.
That was a crazy game. I remember like I saw that
Is this the
girl's ass.
gameplay? This looks crazy.
I saw that girl's ass on my TV for years.
Years.
Yeah, years.
Yeah, the
but,
PS3 ads. I remember that.
Yeah, like the it goes back to like the marketing campaigns. Like back then, like people kind of had to sell you the game
Yeah.
without like showing you a crazy amount. Like the Gears of War marketing campaign, genius, amazing marketing campaign.
You had to have a solid like trailer.
You can't tell me that you were like on TV watching Cartoon Network and you saw the Mad World Gary Jules Gears of War commercial and you weren't like, I gotta fucking have that.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. The commercials. Like that's
they
the only
put
thing
a
that's like-
banger in there, and then people are like, "Oh, that's
I gotta
amazing."
Have that. I gotta have that right now. And then like there's something that's like, but like there's something that's missing from the experience.
You think
now.
because we're getting older?
That's definitely a part of it, but there's no curation, I think, anymore.
Well, just like the climate itself it's changed and evolved into
Yeah.
like a different thing. Like we have free to play games now, where it's kind of like this entry level stuff, or like they don't have to try so hard. Where it's like there's always this consistently running, and I'm talking about Fortnite. There's a
Yeah.
consistently running thing where it's like, or Apex or anything like that, where it's like it's just the entry to get in is like really low, and
Yeah.
it's not.
The cost of entry is really low.
Yeah. And it's just like you just jump right in. There's no need to market it. It's already marketing itself. It's been around for years. Just word of mouth, and then just social media in general, where it's like the games marketing themselves from just Twitch streamers. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because they do. I know when Apex came out, they paid like a bunch of Twitch streamers a
to
ton of
play it.
money to play the game. But it's just like it's more. They try to do it more organically, like. But they understand that it's just word of mouth now. It's not they have to make some fancy trailer.
I wouldn't even call it word of mouth. It's all influencer marketing.
Yeah,
It's like
it's quick.
It's
bit
different
clips.
than word of mouth.
Yeah,
I remember when the PS4 generation started. I remember telling myself like I'm gonna be more diverse with my set of of games I'm gonna play
Yeah.
going forward.
Like just not shooters and slashers. Like you want to play indie games. Or
the
something.
360 PS3 era, I was playing what I like to say what everyone else was playing.
Yeah. It was like
the mainstream bullshit.
exactly.
And granted, I did like some of those games, but it's like I didn't have like a choice of my own because I want to follow the crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
So PS4, I play like a lot of indie titles like PlayStation do on the PS Plus and shit that people are listening to, like the games they mentioned. Like, oh, I'm gonna try this out. It's not in my fucking era. I play games.
You're trying like a new experience every time.
Yeah, and I kind of did that starting the PS4 generation onwards. So, but like lately, I think the issue is now is how I view games now. I make a list, and just like a list in my head that games I already know I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
And you check it off the list.
Yeah.
Instead of like as a kid, it was like any of those games could be thrown at me randomly, and I would get it. Instead of me just how can I put it? Like I already know what I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of kills
Because you
them.
have all of the information about every title that's going to come out for the next
I already
5
know
years.
everything a bit. Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, fuck.
Like I already know I'm about Wolverine, but
Yeah.
back
Just a side-
then it's like I saw it on a video game store and played it, and it would have been 10 times better because I didn't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Wolverine game like this.
Could you
out there.
imagine walking into a GameStop and seeing PS4 Spider-Man in a kiosk?
Yeah,
Fucking blow your
blow your mind.
5-year-old, your like 14-year-old little mind.
But you could walk in there and buy that game. Could have been like 4 years old. You would have had no
No
idea.
idea.
No, I never thought about that,
Yeah.
but that's the case. Though. Like,
That's how when I got into Halo 3, I think Halo 3 had been out for like a year or
Same.
so.
Halo
Like
3
I
was
had
out
no
for, like, 2
idea. I
years.
saw it in I bought Halo 3 at a FYE.
that was from a
funny.
bad company too. I remember like I was tired of Call of Duty. I need something different. I saw Bad Company.
You just saw this smiley face on the cover.
Yeah.
I remember I played that at a friend's house. That's how like you also had to like find out about other games. It was like you couldn't just buy all these games and you didn't have access to it, so you just went over to someone's house and you're like, yo,
play
what
it.
the fuck is this? Like this is fun.
That was me with GTA San Andreas.
Also, like
That's the curation
you know what
bit that I'm
sold
talking
games
about.
back in the day was co-op.
Yeah,
And
co-op
the
sold.
games had to
That
have
started
co-op.
in the 360 era.
Yeah.
And so that's
Nah, that was PS2.
that
So
was
when
like,
you mentioned that, I just thought of Over the Hedge video game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Shrek 2 the video
dude,
game.
licensed movie games?
They were legit.
They
shit.
were fucking good.
Yeah.
The GameCube Shrek game
Dude,
was
that shit
actually really
slaps.
good. I played it at my
Yeah.
cousin's house.
I
like-
love that game. It was awesome. I
They don't
played
make
that
it
game
like
with
that
a,
no more.
They don't.
I'm like an old head, but they don't do that.
I played
Mario-
that game with a girl I had a crush on. It was like the best non-date I've ever had.
Mario Party.
Yeah, great.
Dude, me and my cousin used to fuck that game up. Like, I love Mario Party.
Dude, Need for Speed co-op used to do.
It was the Mario Party like cruise game or something like that. Sidebar: did you guys ever get a video game from a parent that you just had no idea what the game was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
I got the two most craziest games randomly.
Yeah, which one?
The first one was
I just thought it was funny.
it was like a it was like a Kingdom Hearts game, or not a Kingdom Hearts. It was like a Final Fantasy game, but it's
Yeah.
not. It had
Last Remnant?
Last Remnant. That's
Yeah.
exactly what
you
it
want,
is.
You want to know how I know about Last Remnant?
Yeah.
Because I fucking walked into a GameStop and I was looking for an RPG, and like that was the first cover that I saw that fucking grabbed me because it was sparkly.
Right. That game is
That's
hard
it.
as shit,
Game
right?
is so fucking
God.
hard.
Mine was Harry Potter, the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
and Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Fuck yeah.
Power
that's
Rangers
awesome.
Down
Thunder.
Thunder. What was that on?
PS2.
Was that
PS2.
a
You just-
slasher fighter?
No, you just play as the Zord the entire time.
That's so funny.
Yo, there was my brother's girlfriend. Oh, actually, there's another one. My brother's girlfriend in high school bought me a video game, which I don't know if it was a hand-me-down or something, but
Yeah.
she got me. It was like no, not a Time Force. I think it was a Lightspeed Rescue in N64 game, and it was a Zord game like that,
Yeah.
and it went hard as hell.
It's
Dude.
fucking awesome.
But the other game I got was Far Cry 3.
Far
And
Cry 3
literally,
is
I
really
fucking know I was gonna fall in love with Far Cry 3.
Far Cry 3 is such a good game. That marijuana mission is still one of my favorites. Yeah, there was something about I got the Last Remnant randomly. No idea about the game. Didn't know anything about it.
I didn't know either. It had a sick
Same
opening
time,
though.
took the sip, same length of sips, put the cup down at the same time.
That early PS3 Xbox 360 era was interesting too. I remember
was, yeah.
seeing the uprising of that. How like video games was kind of shifting to more realism. I remember
Yeah.
when GTA, what's that zombie game came at the time? Dead Rising.
Dead Rising.
I remember that was like a big deal.
Oh, where he's throwing the TV and stuff.
Yeah,
That was also
I had a
like-
video game magazine of that.
Yeah,
And I
that was a
remember-
big one back in the day.
That was a big tech game. That was like a big technical achievement.
Because
Yeah.
there was like the whole thing about the time thing, right? If you did not beat that game within like 3 real days, like the game was it had to restart.
Well, the game has an in-game timer where like all of your quests are associated, like all your missions are associated with an in-game timer. You have like 3 in-game hours to like do that quest, otherwise the quest would lock. but they were like main story missions that were associated with a timer.
Yeah.
Because like the girl was bitten by a zombie and she needed Sombrex. And this might be Dead Rising 2 that I'm thinking of.
I didn't know it was the second one. I don't know. Is it called Dead Rising?
Yeah, Dead Rising 2.
I had the third one.
That's the third one?
Third one was an Xbox One launch title.
Mm-hmm.
It was good, but it wasn't as good as
It was
the
like
one.
the whole thing was like crafting. That was
Yeah.
like the big thing back in the day was like the craftability and
Damn,
then killing
where
all
are
the
they?
zombies.
Dead Rising has 4 games right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's got Dead Rising 1, Dead Rising 2 with Frank.
I remember the iconic cover, the first one. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where like they had to design and also they had to design an iconic
Great
cover.
cover.
If you
Yeah.
think about it today, like you look at like was that Dead Rising? Yeah, Dead Rising 3. That's the one I had.
Where was that when it came out?
That was an Xbox One launch
just
title.
just for comparisons, look at how like interesting Dead Rising's cover looks
Yeah.
compared to Spider-Man's cover.
Yeah, Spider-Man has one of the blandest covers, but it sells
But
the
it doesn't.
game.
But see, that's what they don't need to spend time
Yeah.
on making a cool cover art when that doesn't sell games anymore.
That's right. And also, like, the design aesthetic has changed a whole lot. But, like, Spider-Man, I defend the Spider-Man cover because the thing that sells Spider-Man is Spider-Man. But, like, if you put, like, Marcus Phoenix in a cover like that, it wouldn't have sold
But
anything.
granted, though, I understand that it's a blended cover, but it's a fucking video game cover.
It's a good cover. Yeah, it's a good.
No, I mean, like, it doesn't affect the game.
Yeah. But before, like, back in the early
But that was
2000s,
but
it
that was
did.
Yeah,
marketing.
you're right. You're right.
Because you had to
Yeah.
pick amongst a shelf of covers.
That's what I'm saying is like, look at the marketing has changed drastically.
Yeah.
Like they are marketing games completely different now.
Oh, Kenji Fune did Dead Rising. That's a Mega Man creator. Didn't know
Also,
that?
the Gears of War 2 cover,
Great
elite.
Great
the most
cover.
one of the best covers in video game history.
Gears of War is one of my favorite games of all time.
Gears of War 2,
Yeah,
like
Gears of War 2 is phenomenal.
Gears of War 2, Halo 3, Call of Duty 4,
Yeah.
probably my favorite games ever.
So this has been in my mind for a while, actually. I'm seeing kind of worded. I like the games of this generation. I'm not sure I'm getting older,
Yeah.
but I think this generation's kind of been overhyped.
Everything has been mildly disappointing.
Yeah. And not that I don't hate the current games I'm
Yeah.
playing. I love them.
Me too.
But I noticed this since the PS5 generation, it kind of like, I don't know. It just,
You know what I think it is, and because I struggle with the same thing a lot. It's just like Alan Wake 2 came out,
yeah.
and it was like so refreshing. But the reason why it was refreshing was because it was so creative with what it wanted to do. And I think like the new generation of games, like AAA titles, probably like AAA titles have been kind of bland because they're not trying to be like particularly creative with their mechanics. Like they're all trying to go for like hyper realistic animations.
You think they're trying to
HyperX.
go more like a safer route
They're
type
trying to go a
deal?
safer route. Yeah, like when Silent Hill 2 came out, one of the biggest games of all time. You know, like they had fucking nothing to like you walk in the fog and then you kill things, and it's like a great interesting story. And it took a risk because it's a slow game, it's a slow burn, it tries to scare you.
I think the problem is
puts you off.
we just don't see risk anymore. It's just like they just like studios can't
That's what I'm
afford
getting
to
at.
risk. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. Because like when you take a risk on a $2 million, $3 million budget for a game, it tanks your whole studio.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I know as a PlayStation fan, this is like the best, worst. I want to say worst. It's one of the best, but also
It's just not the same.
There's not a mid-budget game anymore. It's either an indie game budget,
yeah.
like an ultra low budget, like a small budget, or like a AAA budget. There's no mid-budget titles anymore. Like
I don't think it's that. I'm probably getting old because like I
We
don't
just
have
got a AA game that was like good, wasn't it?
I don't have the drive to like play. I don't know. I'm not a gamer as I used to be.
yeah.
The
I have more fun talking about it like right now.
the RoboCop game, that was a AA game that's apparently
See, that's
doing
one of
good.
those games that came out and was surprisingly fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had that PS2 aura around it.
That's what I'm saying. That's a mid-budget game. It's rare that we get those games that are good, but it was a AA game that turned out to be fun.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason why we don't get a lot of those like AA games anymore is like, first of all, like marketing is so oversaturated. Like it's hard to get word of mouth out and stuff like that. But you spend so much money making a game that by the time that game comes out, like a RoboCop doesn't make its budget, and like the company that made that game
How the fuck do you even sell that game?
isn't comfortable. It's like the company that isn't comfortable like taking the hit, like losing a couple $1 million for this project. then another game like that will never happen at that company.
Like it is already RoboCop. It's like a IP from the 80s that no one really remembers.
Yeah,
How
people
is it
just-
still?
It's fucking relevant.
It's
They did a
fucking
remake
relevant.
not too long ago. But like I think that's the thing. Like those AA titles anymore. Like whenever they do happen, they have the they have the likelihood of not succeeding monetarily, and then like games can't make their sales back the same way that like Silent Hill is one of the biggest top selling games of all time, but it took 5 or 6 years from the release date of Silent Hill 2 for it to really get that momentum going. Games don't have the time to grow like that. They don't have the time to age into a cold demographic.
I feel like there's also so many games coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I hate that shit.
That,
It's
like,
already
it's just-
saturated.
And the thing is about it, I feel like I'm obligated to have to play those games.
Yeah.
I hate that.
well, the market is just a lot bigger now days too. It's like gaming is just a
It's too big of an
massive
industry
more.
sometimes.
Wait, it's
There's more games
it's not
than ever.
niche anymore.
No, it's not.
This is a massive market.
But
Which
it's
is why.
something.
Sorry, go ahead.
There's this feeling I have with video games I don't have anymore. And when I tell people that, they get kind of like, I used to be the guy that plays video games.
Yeah.
They get like bummed out, like, damn. But, like,
But it happens, but I get it.
It happens, but I don't know. I play Spider-Man, love the shit out of Spider-Man, play
Yeah.
Ragnarok, loved Zelda,
They're
love
great.
those games. But there's something I miss that I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Maybe it's age.
I think it's a little bit of everything. Like, yeah, we are older, but also like we know everything that there is to know about those games before we play those games.
Yeah.
Like I really just think, and then like the conversation around gaming has been so cynical. Like a week when Spider-Man came out, people were saying great things about the game, and like 30% of the audience were like just immediately shitting on every aspect of the game. And it's just like you hear those conversations, and it just kind of like we hear so many opinions that we struggle to form our own opinions and process that experience through our own lenses sometimes. And that's what fucks the games up for me sometimes. It's like I hear people talk
Some people
badly
are
so much, and they're so toxic about that game.
They're incapable of forming their own opinion and rather just find comfort rather than someone else. They find like more of like an expert into it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people just don't play the game and just forming their own opinion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those people, if they just did that, then they would have something wildly, and they wrote it down, and then they compared notes to someone. It'd be wildly different from everyone else.
That's why like I have started to like whenever I want to play a game, I block the game on Twitter.
Really?
I don't look at it. I don't look at trailers. I look like at one trailer, like I look at their teaser trailer and like the first gameplay trailer. Typically,
That's a kind of good way to go in about doing it.
Yeah.
The
'Cause,
Twitter,
like,
the Twitter space kind of shifted a little bit in terms of the annoying things I see is not really there no more. Maybe because I'm not tweeting about it. I
it's
don't
it's
know.
totally because you're not
Tweeting about
tweeting
it.
about it.
You're
'Cause,
not
like,
feeding into it, so it's not showing you.
But I'm not
like
being
stuff.
I'm not being the audience though.
Yeah. I follow a lot of streamers, and I follow a lot of people that are like very in the gaming sphere, but are not the developers or are not like the studios themselves. So like I see a lot of people you need to have an opinion to stand out from the crowd. So people would just say whatever.
See, like that's like the thing interesting about you guys. Like, I don't get any of this. I don't follow a lot of these people. Like, it's just like I just shift my focus to different stuff, and I never see opinions.
Yeah.
It's like because I don't feed into it. I don't read a lot
Well,
of
you
the
don't
stuff.
tweet a lot
so,
in general though. So
well, I don't tweet a lot anymore. But even when I did, like, I never got a bunch of people's opinions randomly, and I'm like. I never got any of that. And it's just like I never fed into it. I noticed though, if I look at something and I hold on to that and I look at their account or whatever, they will start showing me more and more of that. So if you are like looking at negative stuff, it's just going to feed you more of that negative stuff because it thinks that you like that, or it's just, or not even necessarily like if you like something, it's just like as long as that thing keeps you engaged, it's going to keep showing
I know
you
what
that.
you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but that's not what I'm talking about at all. It's just like the majority of people that are tweeting about like things that are big and mainstream are tweeting negatively about that thing because it farms engagement.
yeah, and now especially regarding MCU.
What you're referring to is bait.
Yeah.
Your bait-
it's
bait
a lot of
tweets.
that, but it's like a popular streamer will say something like Spider-Man 2 is garbage, right?
That's it.
And then like that's a tweet.
That's it.
That's the thing.
Well,
and like I don't follow this person.
Me either.
I don't follow this
Me
person.
either. And I don't know how it's on my feed.
Keeps landing on my feed because some cunt that I follow follows another cunt that said the stupid fucking thing.
That's the thing I'm trying to explain to you.
Yeah.
I don't get that shit. It just appears on my feed.
I don't follow
didn't
these
ask for it.
people. I don't
Yeah.
follow. I've been actively blocking
Mm-hmm.
negativity from my feed, and they keep showing up. I deleted TikTok for that reason because people were just fucking pissing me off.
And that I don't get.
Yeah.
What is on your TikTok?
Just it's stupid shit. That's
what I'm saying though. It's like you're feeding in, you're reading into it.
No. You say that and you're victim blaming me.
I'm not victim blaming you. I'm just saying.
I'm not feeding into it. I'm just saying like the environment.
I'm just saying. I sent one tweet from like a Godzilla account to Tay, and then their accounts started showing up a lot.
Yeah, that's how the algorithm works.
your feed?
But like I don't share.
Yeah.
I don't share this.
Well, it's not even because there's two separate feeds. There's the following feed, which is just everyone that
That's
you're following, and then there's the for you page, which
That's
is
the toxic side.
yeah.
That's what I'm starting to understand.
It's like and like but I'm not. I don't give tweets. I don't give likes to these people. I like completely disengage from this side of Twitter.
They need a button where it's like I don't prefer this.
Yeah.
Like that needs to be under every like for you page.
But the site will lose traffic if it does though.
Yeah, I like, but like big streamers. But I follow the streamer space pretty closely because I like enjoy streaming, and like people are just baiting other people by saying stupid shit, or it's like Twitch drama all the time.
It's just oversaturated.
And like
Everything's
Dead by
oversaturated.
Daylight, like the Dead by Daylight community sucks. Like
I've
they're
never
just
seen
so
one person
angry.
ever talk about Dead by Daylight.
Same.
Yeah, I watch streamers and like it's a big streamer game, so like it shows up on my Twitch on my Twitter all the fucking time. It's so so like, but what I'm trying to say is it's not that like I'm feeding into it or anything like that. It's like when something popular comes out, if you're like me and then you keep an eye on the like public opinion and stuff because you like critics, like you like to hear the opinion of critics that matter. Like I would love to watch Jeff Keighley talk about like games all day. Like people like Keighley, people like the McElroy brothers who do the Besties podcast. Like those are the people that I like to follow.
Oh, that's next week, by the way.
Oh yeah, is that on the 8th?
The Thursday.
Thursday? Yeah. Damn, that's annoying. But it's like I follow the people that are like have the good opinions, or like the opinions that are like significant in terms of like being in the space, and then the people that are just tweeting stupid shit are responding to those people, and so they keep making it on my feed, and then like at some point it ends up fucking up my experience of like enjoying a game. Like Baldur's Gate, I looked at nothing for Baldur's Gate, and it's the most fun I've had with a game in ages.
Does those like when you see something you like, do your mind jump to those tweets? It's like it's constantly in your head while you're playing or watching this medium.
They're not constantly in my head, but I feel like not the tweets themselves, but the culture of like nitpicking every single thing about the media that you're consuming lingers.
It irritates you.
Like when I watch a Marvel movie now, I can just tell a scene will be like, this is not gonna sit well on Twitter.
Yep.
Is that how you
Totally.
view things now?
I don't think it's that conscious.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think I have that reaction of being like, I know that that's not going to play well on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I think I have the thought that embitters me, which is just like if I enjoy a thing, someone will be like, how many people find the fact that I enjoy that cringy? And then I get fucking furious.
It's
Like,
to the
that's
point now with certain things where like, am I wrong for enjoying this?
Yeah. That's really what it boils down to.
Like I see so much. Yeah. I'm referring to MCUs in general though, but it's like
But that happens to me with like a lot of products. Yeah. What?
Nothing.
What are you gonna say?
You are wrong.
Am I?
You are wrong. The movie's dog shit.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking
This
about?
is the MCU now.
Has it always been dog shit, or are you just saying it's dog shit?
It's dog shit now.
But you didn't care for it prior.
I liked it before. Then I was like, yeah, it's ran its course.
I didn't know you liked it before.
What?
The MCU.
Yeah, I mean, like up until Endgame.
Are you one of those?
You one of those.
Yeah.
One of those. I like the.
No,
kind
I'm
of
just saying that like
Yeah.
I get a criticism because the movies aren't the greatest things ever recently. They're not.
No.
But
It just ran its course.
I
I mean,
just-
it peaked. It peaked, and now it's on its.
it
decline.
never peaked.
It
It
definitely
peaked in 2012. It didn't stop.
That's
Listen,
debatable if it peaked in 12.
I
Look, this is someone who knows this shit.
I stopped liking the movies.
movies?
I've stopped liking.
I'm not
liking.
I'm talking about the whole Tower franchise, how it grown.
Like into like Avengers, so it peaked in Avengers.
Yeah, and it never stopped. The way the movies are made now, the quality wise, has declined.
Mm-hmm.
But people get confused with peak in terms of like quality and what the franchise is. It's thriving like ever.
You mean like
But-
the scale?
No, it's
of
a
it.
successful
Yeah.
franchise.
Anyway, this is not about.
it's a
it's not about
it's a
MCU,
franchise, but
you know?
it's a
But
shit.
what I want to saying is like, yeah, the movies aren't the best fucking things ever. But I'm starting to view these movies now like I know what I'm coming in for.
Yeah.
And then, like, I see when people criticize in this and video games and any other thing, it's like the worst fucking thing in existence.
That's the thing.
But I'm
that's the
constantly
thing
saying
that
it in my
gets me.
face. I'm like, am I not supposed to enjoy this anymore?
Yeah. And
I
it,
know
like,
this is my opinion, my choice to watch it. I can do that. But
but there's something that feels like you're being judged by culture
yes,
by enjoying a thing.
yes.
And like that is the thing that lingers to me. And like I try not to let it affect me like a significant amount, but being surrounded by the constant like kind of negativity around it, just sometimes really sucks. That's it. Just sometimes it's bad.
And you're
Do you ever feel like you watch something and you're like that was bad, but the majority of it, everyone's like that's good.
I've been feeling that way
no, what you say?
for a long time. It's like when you watch something and you don't like it, but culture in general go like this is the best thing ever, and you're wrong for disliking it.
Like
No.
I couldn't imagine someone like watching Barbie and be like, man, I did not like that.
I didn't
but
care for
it-
Barbie.
But then it's like everyone else is like it's an amazing film, and you're like, damn, I kind of.
No,
And then you feel like you can't give your that opinion.
I feel that way.
so you're afraid to get backlash.
That's what I'm saying. That's what are you feeling? Are you guys feeling like that?
Yeah,
No.
I feel that a lot because my opinions are not strong. Like I don't have hot takes. I have pretty moderately warm takes.
For me personally, I don't care.
About
I
Or you
most
just don't feel
things.
strongly about something. You're like, that's what it was.
Yeah, it's like, but I
But like, so like
hold
for
on,
me,
hold
like,
on, hold on. I have a thought.
Okay.
So the thing is that like you play something like Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
We both know what Spider-Man 2 is going to be. We know exactly the experience that it's going to be. And we know we like just in our head, we just go like, I'm going to swing through the city and I'm going to punch people in the face and it's going to be a good time. Right. But you go into that experience knowing like, this is what I'm expecting. This is what I know I'm going to get. There's no reason for it to expect to be fucking mind-blowing. I don't expect it to be the 2001 Space Odyssey of fucking gaming. I don't need it to be a masterpiece. I just need it to be good and enjoyable. That's the only criteria. That opinion does not exist anywhere online.
But if you say that now,
Yeah.
they call you a corporate bootlicker.
Call
or
you a
something.
corporate bootlicker.
There's no criticism regarding this. This is what you are.
There's no like
can't just enjoy
nuance to
something.
things. Like I enjoy Call of Duty, right? But if I say that I enjoy, like for example, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, it's like universally kind of a shitty launch and kind of a shitty experience. I'm still having a good time.
That's the thing. Yeah,
What's
it's
that
like,
meme? Is like
they're
don't
like,
say
this-
nothing, consume. What's that fucking picture you see all the time?
don't say anything, just goon.
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
consume.
Just consume. Don't
yeah.
think, just consume.
That's literally
whatever
the
fuck.
only remark you get now.
Yeah.
It can't be 'cause I just enjoy something.
It's like I know. Listen, I know that I paid $60 for 7 maps and a couple of guns. I'm having a good time.
John Wick.
That's it.
And like some people do. I mean, like and Call of Duty is a great example of where it's like some people buy it every single year. I guess we really can't shit on the 2K players anymore though, because they're like they're having a good time.
Well,
They
great.
enjoy
They're
it.
fu- they're funny. They're funny.
True, but also there's a point in time you got to realize you're paying the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you because you're playing this sport. You can enjoy what you want.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand why you playing the exact same thing you played a year ago. Like I
Some
said,
people-
you're paying more $60 for it. What is that?
Which is a fine criticism, but that's the thing. That's where the nuance has gone, right? Like I know that I paid $60 for essentially Call of Duty DLC.
Oh,
I
you're
know
like
that.
you're aware.
I know that.
So you're aware.
I know that.
Okay.
But
I'm not
like-
sure the other people are aware.
Yeah. I completely, totally
That's
know
fair.
that. And I'm like, okay, that's you can criticize me for doing that, but like you can't like I don't have the ability to go online and say, hey guys, actually I kind of think it's okay. Just fucking people throw backpacks at you.
Yeah.
People throw bricks at you.
I feel they all doing cheers and shit. That's what I thought of.
And it's just like it's fucking insane. Like I can't like if Ninja Gaiden 2.
You know, that's how like when we reviewed like Miles
Yeah.
Morales, that's kind of how I felt. I was like, this story is not the strongest for me.
Yeah.
And then like, and it's not that I'm saying that it's overall like mainly like considered bad, but I'm just like,
I don't think no one considered Miles Grand anyways.
It just didn't hit. Like a lot of people love the story, and I just don't. And as I'm like, this just didn't hit. Do we need to go?
No, we got.
Oh, okay.
15.
I just felt like I'm like the story, and it's like every Spider-Man game. I feel like the story just never hits like the highs that like for me. I mean, it's just a personal opinion.
Yeah.
But overall, the overall census is it seems like these games are amazing, and I'm just like I have fun playing them, but it's just I don't feel like I feel like I voice that opinion. Like I'm kind of just waiting for it to be attacked.
That's exactly what like my thoughts are. Like
But no one really gives a shit.
You think so? You guys don't. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't view it that way. I just if I don't like something, I don't like it. You notice now, I kind of just keep shit to myself. Well, I'm watching these things people are talking about.
But hey, that's the thing is like I keep everything to myself. Like I just don't put.
But like how fucking sad. Like the thing that made I think gaming really fun back in the day is like if you had a really dissenting opinion on something, like there was a place where we could go talk about it, and like the culture was like generally non-abusive.
You know what it was? Consensus. It was like it was more accepted to have positive views on. You only talked about games that you really liked.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a needle. You either really like something, so you talk about that, like this game's amazing, or the game was just the worst piece of dog shit, and you're like, man, this game sucks. Like those levels broken, glitched, whatever. It was never just a middle in between where it's like I gotta have an opinion.
That's what it is now. What I feel like what it was.
Everyone's gotta have an opinion on literally everything. Mid-tier shit where it's like people judging bread. Like wheat bread is better than whole grain. You idiot. Like no, like this bagel is better than this. Like it's like that's what you guys sound like.
It goes over the loop though. So you like white bread, you hate gay people or something. it goes that far.
Well, it's just like
you see what I'm saying? It goes out of the loop.
It goes crazy.
It goes crazy. Like where the fuck did that come from? It goes
crazy. Like
I just like the wheat bread.
Yeah. You say,
but I swear that's something out there like that.
Well, it's kind of like Last of Us.
Something like
it's if people don't like Last of Us 2, then it's like, oh, you hate gay women. Like no, that's not what I'm saying. It was like, or do you hate Abby? Or like, I just hate Abby because that's a shitty character or something like that. This is an opinion. But people immediately seem like, oh, you just hate women. They're like, no, that's not what I'm saying.
But that's all you see. There's your voice can't be heard after that.
There's no conversation about that. And like, it's such an interesting space because there's so much nuance there that people just elect to ignore. Yeah. Like if you just hate Abby and you're giving me valid reasons as to why that character isn't great or like you feel like doesn't fit in the story, then sure. That is fine.
Let me finish
that thought.
Go ahead.
Let me finish that thought. But then people goes like, oh yeah, I hate Abby because she's like a super buff woman. Women don't look like that. What the fuck are you talking about? She shouldn't have killed Joel. Why could she kill Joel? It's like, all right, well, you're being sexist right now and your opinion fucking sucks. And like, that's a different avenue of thought. But if you go to me and you come like, oh, I actually didn't like the ending of The Last of Us. I felt like it didn't narratively fit with the rest of the game because I was like, trauma begets trauma, and I think that's like an exhaustive trope. Like, fine, you've thought about it.
But you don't even have to have nuance for some opinions. You could just be like, I just really didn't gel with that character. I didn't vibe with it. Correct. They don't have to be like, you don't have to be like, I'm not trying to make a political statement. I'm just like, no, it just didn't vibe with me. It didn't click. It doesn't like, that is my opinion on it.
Correct.
And a lot of people assume like when you're, like the double-edged sword of it is like when you give an opinion on something, they immediately think you feel very strongly about it, and there's some kind of like more reason. When you really don't have a strong opinion on it anyway, you're just like, I just didn't really like that character.
Last of Us 2 is a good example. Now everyone's all for their opinions.
We got 15 minutes, by the way.
Everyone's allowed to have their opinions, but is that game really that fucking bad? I feel like I'm crazy for enjoying that game. That's one of the few things like.
Yeah.
What am I missing here?
That game is crazy. I love.
It's a good game.
It's one of my favorite games.
Story-wise too.
Yeah.
And I see the people on Twitter and YouTube. I'm like, it's like the worst.
The game is dog shit. I'm like, the ending is the worst ending ever.
I don't get them to stand out on just the what it is everyone. It is so oversaturated because everyone has an equal voice that you have to stand out, and the only way to stand out for these people. You cannot give a mediocre take. You cannot give a lukewarm take. It has to be very strong and very lifting up you. And that's probably not their actual thoughts on it. They probably had an okay time, but because they had an okay...
Then tweak that.
But then you're not going to see it. The people that saying that stuff, you're not seeing it. You're never going to
so
see that.
black and
There's
white.
a reason why you don't see stuff like this.
Which is like my fucking problem with the whole thing. It's not that I'm tired of people expressing their sometimes objectively bad opinions about a product. It's the fact that I'm not seeing anybody just be okay.
Like I see people
With a thing.
online.
But the bad thing is that is the climate. That is what we've been aggregated
Who is we?
into. The
Because I'm starting to see people.
us, like all of us, like
Not me.
all
No,
of us,
it's
everyone
all-
on social media, and then even like gamer platforming, like reviewers, we're all in this kind of like ecosystem of like those are the opinions you have to give, because if anyone that's giving you a lukewarm opinion, you're not seeing. And it's just like that is just the climate of the culture.
But that's not we. That's just kind of like corporate marketing and Twitch streamers. And
well,
like
I mean, like
influencer
we,
marketing
when I
at
say
hand.
we, it's like we're just in general, all of us,
society.
It's just like
everyone in the same room.
There's people. I noticed. That's the kid I was smoking with.
yeah, absolutely.
There's people I notice in real life and online that I'm at a point now. Like, what do you enjoy?
Yeah, that's the thing. They're always angry and bitter about
what
something.
is so?
Yeah.
What are you so bitter about? I know things ain't the greatest thing. I'm not saying bootleg all these fucking companies, all this bullshit. But there's something out there you gotta enjoy.
But some
Corporate
things,
bootlicker does sound very funny to say. That.
no, it's not. It's annoying as fuck now.
it's a funny word.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, it's just a funny thing to call somebody.
Like I see it
Corporate
online. Like
bootlicker.
that's not criticism to me.
What do you like,
That's not an argument.
Oreos?
That's the
Corporate
thing.
They use
bootlicker.
that and they get a trillion likes
Yeah.
without any like depth into that comment. It just that.
That is exactly what I'm saying, man. It's that like you may not like Alan Wake as much as I love Alan Wake. It might not be your type of experience. Your opinion can simply be, you know what? I don't really fuck with that kind of game. And like that is it. That is
or you
fine.
can just say, not for me.
Yeah, that is fine.
Can't do that anymore though.
And like I love to tell people, like one of my favorite
It's like bananas. Like,
Yeah.
It's like,
Like, I don't
it's
like
like I
bananas.
hate fucking bananas. You're like, you should hate bananas too. It's like,
Yeah.
and you're like, not
You're
for me.
wrong for liking bananas.
I am wrong. No, you're wrong.
sexist.
Fuck you.
You voted for Trump?
It is crazy. It's like the loops that people take. It's
Chill
like
out.
I was like, I don't know. I kind of like Fortnite, and people just go like, "You're a pedophile." It's like, what the fuck happened? Like that's the big jump.
Just
You're like,
because
what are
I'm
we
a
talking
pedophile doesn't
about?
mean like I doesn't mean I have to hate Fortnite.
Cut it out.
Cut that out.
Brian's gonna like edit that
that's
on
a
a cancel
great
culture
joke.
day.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's a great joke.
Brian's face right there is like, oh my god.
It's there's like that is what I'm missing. Like back in the day, like I remember when people like didn't like Call of Duty 4 at
Really?
school. Like there were a couple of people that didn't like it. Like my reaction was never like, "Oh my god, you suck." It was always like, "All right, cool, not for you." Let's bring that back. That's like if you didn't enjoy Silent Hill 2, you would just like not enjoy Silent Hill 2, and then people would move on with their fucking lives.
You know the most offensive, or not the biggest voice for to downplay a game. It's just not to give it any attention at all.
But that sucks.
That's how
though.
that's how you literally kill a game off, by obscuring it.
Yeah,
But
well,
the way I handle things now, I can't legit talk about things I like anymore.
yeah, because it sucks. Because
sucks.
someone's always from the corners going to come at you and they're
Yeah.
going to come attack you.
That's why I don't really tweet
like-
and engage these things no more. I watch or read to play something, keep it to myself.
Yeah.
It's boring that way. Because the culture shifted, we got to talk about these things.
That's the thing. That like
Yeah.
I love talking about these things. Like I love having conversations about gaming. Like I love having conversations about like the state of things. Like
Yeah.
but I do it all in the vein of like either constructive criticism, either like this is what I think could have been done better, and this is where I think we should like it could have gone. And like that doesn't mean that I hated that experience, but I'm going like, hey, listen, there's some things that I think could be improved on in that experience. These are my thoughts on that. What are your thoughts on that? And then like that's how good things happen.
I don't like revisionist
industry.
though. I don't like revisionist shit.
Well, that's the thing is because the attention economy is cycling into this idea of like first you say something comes out, you say it's dog shit, and you get the clicks that way, and then you wait a year and a half, and then to get the clicks you have to say actually I quite like that thing.
You know what people should do? Give it 5 cons, 5 pros.
5 stars out of 5.
Well, I mean that's what I mean. Like, we'll say something nice about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly what we should do. Like, hey, if you like something, tell me why you liked it, and then tell me what you didn't like
No,
about it.
that's why I said the other day, like a few podcasts ago, like people watch movies to look for the negatives.
Yeah. It's
not
like
the positives.
I love watching a movie that I know nothing about and just going like, this is the thing that landed.
I think
this is the
I
things
think
that
it's
didn't land.
easier to say something you don't like about something than it is something you do like about it.
Because it requires less thought to hate
Yeah.
on something than it does to like think
Really?
about why something. Yeah, generally.
Because if you're not an expert on something, it's way easier to call someone out when it's something like something they like.
I'm
Or
at
it's
a-
like, not really.
I'm at a point now where I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Well,
I just consume things I like.
but that's the thing. Like
I don't
as
give a shit.
our like kind of situation
Yeah.
with like the YouTube and things, like when we want to talk about something that we like, it's like, do we want to handle the potential abuse that comes with stating that opinion? And
No,
like
I mean, I
that-
just want to see it. You guys, started looking at these people like they're just genuinely fucking crazy.
they are fucking crazy, but like the negativity of it has an impact in general
negativity.
over my. The general energy surrounding a thing like that has an impact, whether like we like it or not.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that really sucks.
You know
for
what
me.
it is like a lot of people don't take their opinion as opinion. They take it as more as a fact.
Yeah.
They're
You see
like,
a lot.
I like this because of this. And then someone comes like, no, you're wrong because it's this. And I'm like, well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
That's not fact.
But also, we haven't learned. We don't have the critical thinking skills anymore to diverge and like sort of mine what is opinion and what is an objective fact that is happening. Like, is your game broken? Like, does the level work? If not, it's objectively bad.
Like I see,
know?
that don't bother me. I see a lot.
Objectively, it's not. Nothing's ever a fact. Like someone could be like, no, this is a great level.
So-
I had fun.
Yeah, like, is the game playable? That's like an objective question to ask.
I see a lot of fanboys get mad when someone says something about their favorite product.
Yeah.
And then for me, I'm like, she said it. Who cares?
For me, yeah, it's like the same. It's like, I don't know, that kind of
That's their opinion. My thing is their opinion. Can't argue against it. Even though I don't agree with it, I'm not gonna tweet out a thread why this person is wrong.
Right.
And
It's just,
I don't got energy for that shit.
What it
anymore.
comes down to it is like I'm a really neurotic human being, and like whenever I see people like having a bad time or like spreading negative, it like really fucks with my head.
Negativity.
Yeah, it really does get to me.
Say it like that.
So like that's what I think like the state of the industry now versus like back in the day. Like sure, we're getting older, we're doing all of this stuff. Like the climate has changed, but it's like the energy surrounding like people. I feel like people aren't enjoying things anymore, and the people that are enjoying those things anymore just don't have a louder voice.
I think
And
people that
makes me
do
sad.
exactly. Well, yeah, so a lot of people that you just don't see people enjoying
Yeah.
because the feeds don't promote that of someone just having a good time.
Because
Like, I
the
see
people that enjoy
people-
things are doing the things like Tay, where they're like watching or playing the thing, and then they're fucking going home and enjoying another thing that they like
Nah, just don't
instead
talk
of tweeting about it.
Like
Yeah.
I see people mad at this minus one review that made it drop to like 90 something, and all these Godzilla fans is real on this guy. And like I don't agree with his review, but chill the fuck out, guys.
It's fine. It's fine.
Just you like the movie, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is Final Fantasy 16 should have been at the Game Awards.
It is at the Game Awards.
It should be for a Game of the Year.
I can't take the voice acting in that game seriously.
It's because it's so British.
Yeah,
It's aggressively
I can't stand a
British.
little kid.
Clive.
Yeah, I want to punch that kid. The Phoenix kid.
Joshua.
Joshua.
He gets a lot better. He gets a lot better.
Clive.
What do you mean, Clive?
Dude, Sid's voice actor goes hard though. I don't think you've met him yet. But yeah.
Sidofus?
Sidolfus,
God, I
yeah.
love Sidofus.
I still need to get into it.
Yeah.
So hard.
Sucking down the cigarette.
the shit where they like light their cigarettes with their magic will always go fucking
The
hard.
blue flame.
I don't understand the biggest. What?
I'm still playing it. Be quiet.
Well, no, the confusing thing. I know you're past. This is not.
No, I'm not past that.
Not a story. This is
It's
not
nothing a
element.
story. The whole enslaving of people who can do magic is like, dude, I can
Stupidest
do
thing.
fucking magic. Like, you should be underneath me.
I'm waiting for someone to say that. Like, oh wait, Governor,
There's a guy.
the Phoenix summoning.
You meet him later. His name is Gavin.
Yeah.
He sounds just like that. It's so funny. Every time I hear him talk, I think of you making fun of British people.
Oh, it doesn't sound like.
What we doing? Anyway, yeah, Final Fantasy 16. I
Our
should
coats
replay
are
it.
red because of the Phoenix. Oi.
Anyway, I just wanted to bring this up because I have been feeling increasingly sad about.
Dude, you're always
Wait, stop! I want
angry.
to say that.
I am always sad.
You are just you stay consistently pissed off.
I was going to say the same thing. I wouldn't want you to say it, Brian. What's new?
Dude, I was sitting in my bedroom the other day.
Just angry. He's like sitting on the and you're fully clothed, sitting on the made bed and just gripping your like.
I was
You're like
sitting-
the fucking Hulk from the 70s.
Like, did
And he's not looking at anything. He's staring at his wall like, fuck!
I said, like,
Give us a flag. Like,
the screen turned green.
just this progressively like.
the other thing,
They're
I
a
was,
fucking tantrum.
I was like sitting in my bedroom the other day in Atlanta. I just like sat on my computer like editing on a Blender project, and I just had this moment of realization, going like, I'm a fucking rager. I like being like. I just rage at
Keep
things.
raging.
Like it's a relief
Like me angry.
to be angry at something and like feeling this emotion and just being like fuck, and then like it just feels it feels good.
I bet you look like Kermit when he like.
It's just vibrating.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it.
Dude, I can't not get that image out of you. You got your shoes on, fully clothed, your bed is made, and you're just you end up like
I'm
a
wor-
psycho. Like,
Muscle man.
I'm wearing a trench coat.
want to get my hands on those kids.
Ah, God, yeah, that's honestly that's a not an inaccurate.
You're staring at a
picture.
poster of Elon Musk. X.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's
What's going on in Twitter world? What's going on? Is
Dude.
it done yet?
We gotta.
What makes you happy?
Just enjoy Alan Wake.
That's a,
dude.
Alan
good,
Wake?
that's a good question for everyone.
I thought we was talking about positive things.
Alan Wake made me really happy.
People don't like that. There's a term I kind of understand. It's called toxic positivity.
Yeah.
You heard of that before?
Toxic
Yeah.
positivity.
That's a term. Yeah.
We don't have
Like
time
you're
to
being
delve
just
into
too
it.
optimistic about it?
positive, yeah. Which is a thing that happens. Like it's positivity to the point of dismissal of like reality.
I don't think that's what it is, though. I think people are trying to make it that.
No, that's at its true definition.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Like psychologically speaking, when someone is toxically positive, it is that they are positive to the point of delusion and they avoid reality. And then like you dismiss other people around you. Like someone's around you's having a hard time. You're so positive that you lack the empathy to like have a genuine conversation.
I
with
thought you were
them.
talking about like video games. Like
Yeah.
people are like, no, that movie was great, and this is a terrible movie.
But
There's people out there like, I was going to mention, like, like Sonic 06 is objectively a bad game.
yeah,
But there's this new wave of kids.
yeah.
They're like their lines themselves.
they're all
Which
in
I mean, if that's their like prerogative.
But it listen to the thing, though. That thing is bad. It is bad.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fact.
objectively a bad game.
One of the worst games of
Doesn't
all
work.
time. But since they enjoy it, our saying, like, that's wrong is like. this
See,
isn't
but there's a
valid.
difference between saying that's wrong and going like, I'm glad that you like it. It's a horrible game. Like those are two statements that exist side by side.
But you say it like at like fact. I mean, it is
fact, right?
The way to say it is it's objectively bad. But I've never played it. But if I go play it and I like it, I mean, it's not. But there's also a difference between like it's a bad. You could. That's like kind of the nuance of like understanding like this is a not an amazing game, but I'm having a good time. Just like how like I recognize like Spider-Man is a good game, but I feel like the story's not strong.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's about awareness, right? It's about self-awareness. You know, like if you like a bad thing and you're having a bad time you're having a good time with an objectively bad product, that's okay.
This gum tastes like Listerine, by the way. Tastes
What?
like Listerine.
The stream, the gum. Yeah. It's another conversation. I got out of my system what I wanted to get out. It's like the idea that like
We
just,
totally parlayed from like back then to and now.
Yeah.
What
I
was
don't
it
know
like?
that.
Criticism. I think criticism was just like positive back then. Like you either really like
No,
something.
it wasn't.
it wasn't always positive, but like criticism was much more curated.
It's the thing. Everyone has a platform now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say curated, just not.
No,
it wasn't vocalized. It wasn't very
criticism.
loud.
That's what curated means. Because to be a critic, you had to work for IGN, work for Game Informer, have one of those like already established
But I'm not
platforms.
talking about like reviewers. I'm talking about more just in general population of people.
Well, that's the thing. It's like that didn't
Like everyone wasn't a viewer or a reviewer back then. Everyone has a reviewer opinion now
But-
because everyone wants to be.
I'm saying
if you
the
really
same thing.
boil it down, it's just people want to be validated online. So because there's just
Sound smarter.
they sound smarter, and then they just want to have their opinion wants to be above everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be a reviewer. Everyone wants to be a critic.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like back
Squid was
then,
right.
criticism was curated, where like you would go to a specific place to look for criticism, and then you would talk to your friends about the things that you liked and they liked.
You know what makes me angry?
Yeah.
My voice cracked.
Yeah.
You know what makes me angry?
What makes you angry?
I hate when people shit on critics. I hate that with fucking passion.
Yeah.
Like, critics don't know anything. Shut the
What
fuck
the fuck
up.
do they know?
What do you know?
Yeah. Who are
What do
you?
you know? You some guy in your room tweet on the toilet. What do you know?
What do you know?
I hate that shit too.
These guys used to go to journalism school.
Can't spell IGN with ignorant or some shit. I can't stand those people.
That is listen. That's what blows me. The people that used to write the reviews in the 2000s almost exclusively went to school for journalism.
Yeah, they were journalism.
Do you understand that? Like they went to school
Yeah.
to write about things that are culturally important.
But that's changing then though.
You and fucking Twitter, and I'm myself included, I didn't go to school for journalism. I don't know how to communicate that kind of stuff. I can do my own research and I can learn it, but I didn't go to fucking
What's
school.
changed? Wait, what do you mean by what's changed? Like people that are being reviewers now are not.
The entire landscape of what the shit we like.
It's not.
all-
Blessing was like that, right? He wasn't. He didn't go to general school. And
He was something prior to kind of funny.
was he?
He had a website. I know that.
But like it's like kind of like YouTube pages are becoming reviewers that
Yeah.
without actually with any formal education. Which that's not to dismiss
to-
their
yeah.
views.
I would call them quote
invalidate
unquote
them.
these. No, this is not making fun of them. I'm saying like nobodies. They didn't really have no degree.
Formal
that-
background.
Yeah, prior.
Or
like,
they haven't built a platform that kind of like is built on building your own opinion.
Say if I had like 1 billion subscribers, some shit, I talk about video games. I'm obligated to get a review copy and promote this game simply because I have more subscribers than that person.
Yeah.
And that person who does review, he went to school for all this shit, for journalism. I didn't. I just have a lot of followers.
But like you could almost parlay that as in like your opinion matters more than theirs because
Well, that's what
people
the-
like you better.
Yeah, that's what the social ecosystem, that's what the attention economy is. And I think that the
Attention economy, yeah,
the
that's a good
attention-
way for it.
And that's what like has detracted from like interesting opinions in the gaming sphere.
like Chris Stuckman, John, what's his name?
Yeah,
Jeremy
Johns.
Were they like legit critics prior to YouTube?
Did they go to school for that?
Chris Tuckman went to film school.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Jeremy Johns, I don't know a lot about Jeremy. But these are people that like even having not gone to school, like when you look at their content, like you can clearly see that there's an intention to understand the product and engage
agree.
with the product.
Yeah.
And so like they are forming their own opinion about that product. They're not just regurgitating another person's opinion about that product, which is like really the problem. Like I would call them critics without a formal education, but like they understand the medium that they're talking about and they like can discern what's objectively bad, what's objectively good, and then separate the subjectivity of their opinions in relation to that, you know?
Like what's his name? Jim Sterling. What's his newer name?
Yeah, Stephanie Sterling.
Stephanie Sterling. What was she prior? Just a
She-
YouTuber?
She was a YouTuber, and I think she went to some form of like UK journalism.
Gotcha. So
program.
she got it afterwards.
So she worked in some sort of like game journalism.
Okay.
Before starting her YouTube.
Cause I've been seeing
channel.
her reviews can affect like Metacritic. Like, how the hell did she do that?
She has a pretty good following, but she's also someone that is incredibly smart about the things that she's talking about.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting that,
Yeah.
but it's like I thought she was like just a YouTuber. Now how she's affecting that Metacritic space.
Yeah.
I thought critics don't affect that.
No, but it's a big mess. Like the attention economy is just such a big mess. But like Stephanie Sterling is a great example of somebody who like even if she didn't have like a formal thing, her content was like so well put together and so well researched that like now she has transformed into a fully viable critic.
Yeah.
Same with Stockman, same with Jeremy Johns. But like CinemaSins had the opposite direction where like they are
That ruined conversations.
But they
completely.
wasn't like reviewers. They were just
Making jokes.
entertainment.
But
That's
when
what,
they-
and people get it. Same thing with Donkey. Like Donkey, like junk, like review
junkie.
stuff as a joke.
Does he hate RPGs or something? People hate.
He does hate RPGs. He's
Like he
subjective
does
there.
like as a joke, but then people take that shit as fact.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's like
It's just ignorance.
They're really. It's not as simple as ignorance. There's something culturally going on. People are just.
It's just a lot different
From
back in the
people are
day.
willfully being fucking stupid.
I won't
Like,
say any names, but I remember
Yeah.
someone AI mentioned a quote, and
What was that AI? So that makes sense.
someone called them saying, "You got it from a video, didn't you?" That's how conversations change.
Dude, there's nothing funnier than I made there's a thing called Candle Cove, which is like creepypasta. And it's like about like a fake TV show. They used to come on, and then like kids would see it, and then they would like commit crimes or whatever. And I legitimately one time was talking about Candle Cove like it was a real thing, and someone I'll tell you who off air, but like they were like, I remember that. Dude, and there was me, and then Ty was also in there, and she like understood that like she knew about the creepypasta. Dude, howling laughing. I was like, really? Do you remember this character? Like, I think so.
I got two names for that.
That's
Maybe.
funny.
But people are just want to feed it. Anyway,
So
let's
end
end
the
it.
show, end the
Yeah,
show.
end the show. All right, guys, thank you so much for digging it down to the end of the episode. We do appreciate it. If you guys like this episode, give us a like. If you guys watch this on Spotify, Apple, wherever, give us a rating. If you like this, if you don't, give us a bad rating. We don't care. We just want to know.
Pandora.
We want to know what you guys'
Yeah,
opinions
tell us
think.
we suck. Just engage.
Meet us down in comments if you have any opinions about what, like anything about from the past to present and what you guys' opinions on everything like that. But again, thank you so much for making it to the episode. We do appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you guys next week. And
Fred.
Fred.
Yeah, Fred, I want you to Photoshop me as 1970s Hulk. Just fucking.
Please
flexing.
do. Please.
Anyway, that's it. End the show. Bye.
All right, bye.